Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's Deshaun Watson's Texans going up against Paxton Lynch's Broncos.
All right, Larry, we are a couple miles west of the Colorado State Capitol building as we come to you from Sports Authority Field at Mile High here in downtown Denver. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Denver Broncos. Now a carry, it's C.J. Anderson. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
On second down, Lynch. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be third down. Defense showing blitz. From the gun on third down, it's Lynch. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to fourth down. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. First carry for Lamar Miller. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground.
Lamar Miller, the 40, the 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, 77 yards. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Here's the punter Shum to send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
If they open things up, let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
run it again with Anderson. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Well, the offense lining up 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Anderson. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
And they'll run it here. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Lynch to throw. Complete to the right side. All the way home for a Broncos score. Tyler Eifert, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air. There's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. Space to maneuver at the 40. A huge play there for Houston. And even 60 yards. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game, and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
2nd down following the incompletion. Watson going to give this one to Miller. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Out of the gun, Watson. Dumps it complete to Miller. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Lamar Miller with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Set to go now is the punter, Jake Shum, will do the honors. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa.
And his first carry, he loses the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready. And above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
And a great spot to start this drive from here.
Here we go. Let's
Following the fumble recovery, Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Von Miller coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Now Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They're facing a tough spot, 3rd and 8 here to start things out. And the defense searches for one more stop here.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
On 3rd down, Lynch. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. To throw on second is Watson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. And a big 32-yard play on third. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Now it's Watson, able to slither by. It's complete to Hopkins. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Setting up the screen for Miller, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They keep it on the ground. This time, it's Miller. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
And his kick here is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So they get 3. They were hoping for 6. An unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you call
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bernardrick McKinney not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. On second down, here's Lynch. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and that'll lead to fourth down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And it's fielded at the 34. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. And this one complete to Virgil Green. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. On second down, here's Watson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. To throw is Watson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach, but it kept the offense out of the end zone.
The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Zach Cunningham coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Lynch looking to throw on second. That one taken in by Carlos Henderson. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Here we go now.
On 1st and 10, it's Lynch. He spots Henderson open left side. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Red zone opportunity.
Hurry up, here we go.
From the red zone now, here's Lynch on 1st down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Here we go.
They begin with a run by Miller. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we send you on down to our studios in Orlando, where standing by is Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Watson, off play action. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. A first down carry now for Miller. Oh, he's got some breathing room. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Well, plenty of credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender's bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. And
that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Here's the punter Shum to send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
To throw on second down. Lynch jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Broncos on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Lynch. Open man is Henderson. That's complete. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play there on third down. 48 yards. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. So they're operating in the red zone. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now a handoff looking right. And out of bounds just shy of the end zone at the 1. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They come out here in the eye. They'll run. Here's Janovich, the fullback. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Andy Janovich, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos cut into that lead. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. He's got it, and the score's now 27-14. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38. Ohio.
Now a play fake here on first down. Going deep for Hopkins. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Point after here coming up. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Set to go now as the punter Jake Shum will do the honors. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now they try the right side here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
And while there is no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity map to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver, and it's third down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
The Broncos on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10.
All right, here we go.
From the gun, it's Lynch. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he will have a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Off the play fake. Here's Lynch. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll throw on first down with Lynch. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back at the 49. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
All right, here we go. Back 99 Philly, here we go.
On second down, Lynch. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Henderson. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Second down following the run. Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
All right, here we go.
And the play clock's running down. They run again on first down. Anderson. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now they'll look to throw it with Lynch. Screen play, Anderson. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Gun, Lynch. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. He's then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. A handoff. Running left is Miller. Finding room at the 30. And he's brought down after a good gain. That good for 22 and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Watson hands this to Foreman. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Ohio, here we go. Ohio.
Again, it's Foreman. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And he's brought down. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Flex round, Ohio. Come on, let's go. What, 90?
Miller will get it. He has been busy today, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Ohio! Ohio! Let's go, Ohio! Ohio!
Again, it's Miller. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's at the cornerback position.
Oh, design run for their wideout. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Texans continue to pour it on. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Here's the punter, Shum, to send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game, and I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
C.J. Anderson. He's at the 40, 20, 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. C.J. Anderson, 79 yards. And the Broncos get a bit closer. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
And now out comes Houston. They built up that lead at intermission. And they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really, really sharp right now. And all the playmakers are doing exactly what you expect. They're making plays. And right now, defense has no answer and no chance of catching up.
Yeah, they're just looking to turn anywhere for a stop defensively. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. And the big tight end shifting around. Now a 20th carry of the game for Lamar Miller. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Watson. And finding Fedorowicz. time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Come on, let's go. What? Ohio. Flex round. Flex round.
Now a handoff to Miller. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Flex round. Flex round. Let's go. What? Ohio. Come on, let's go. What? 90.
They'll run it again with Miller. And he's brought down. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space.
Ohio. Flex round. Ohio. Flex round. Flex round. What's the egg? Check 25.
They'll run with Foreman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Ohio. Come on, let's go.
They run again with Foreman. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Houston, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Denver, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, everyone, as we say so long from Denver.